Hi everybody. So I really felt to come on and do a recording about being in presence and meditation and devotion to our spiritual practice, to carving out time for stillness and presence. And yeah, I've just come out of a meditation myself and just noticed how my mind was in some stories, and even this recording, it was like, oh, what am I going to say? I could see how I was future orientated. And within that there was an acceptance. There wasn't a judgment and thinking it was wrong. It was just an observation. And I think this really, for me these days, is what the spiritual practice is about, is being an observer. And as an observer, we have to be present, right? We have to be here now. And how common for many of us it is to always to be future orientated, or to even, look at the past experiences we've had, hurts or abandonment or thoughts from the past that then obviously shape our present moment and then get projected to the future. And this isn't to make that right or wrong, it's just to notice that's what we do. And part of the training, if you like, is this mind training, to watch the mind in presence when that's occurring, because as we notice it, so we can let it come in, but let it pass, like a cloud in the sky, or hearing a train going by. You can hear it coming in the distance, and it comes closer and closer, and you hear the sound, and then it goes away. So you don't attach to the train, you don't go where the train's going, you just hear it, you just listen to it, and you observe it. And it's the same with the thoughts. We can almost feel them coming, can't we? And they're here, and then they can take us somewhere. They can hook us into a belief, into a judgment, into a grievance, into something should be different, etc. So we can, like the train or like the cloud going by, we can observe it, but we don't have to get lost in it. We don't go on the train, as it were. We don't go on the cloud. We just watch it. And to an untrained mind, to start with, when we do this form of being in presence, being in meditation, it can feel a bit overwhelming. And, people can say, I can't switch off my mind, or my mind is always busy, and so I can't meditate, or I don't know how to be in stillness, etc. But it's okay, we all start from there. And however experienced you seemingly are in meditation or mindfulness or spiritual practice, that's okay, it happens all the time. But the devotion to wanting to be in presence is really what the key is. It's not trying to change what's actually happening. And once we allow what is here to be here, without an attachment to it, so it just melts away. And then we can drop down and down and down into presence, into God, into love, into stillness. And I think, just interesting, in that pause for myself there, I noticed, should I say something? Do I need to fill in that gap? That was just really interesting to observe. And maybe as you're hearing this video, you're thinking, well, maybe she should be saying something. Why isn't she saying something? So can you just notice that? Without judgment, without a story. And we don't have to follow it. We can just let it be there. And this focus is really the key, because I'm sure for many of us, this distracted mind of I've got to be doing this, or the next job, or future plans, or it's so addictive, it's so entrenched in our culture. And to dedicate time to being in presence when it looks like there's nothing happening is very challenging to the ego. The ego is always wanting to be doing something, anything. So the resistance from the ego to just being in presence is very challenging. But that is okay. It's to know that that's okay. It's just a habit. It's just something that we've got used to. And when we go into this presence and meditation, it's not about getting a result either. This is something we really have to let go of as well. And I used to, teach meditation and mindfulness and do a lot of visualizations and guided meditations and take us on journeys and all the rest of it. And that was very helpful. But that's not what I do anymore for myself or with clients or people I work with, because I'm in a different place now. And I've come to see that it's like we have stepping stones or rungs on a ladder. And we can't be anywhere but where we are. Whatever stone we're on or whatever rung of the ladder, we're on that one. But we don't tend to stay just on one stepping stone or one rung of the ladder, because it's something that's leading us somewhere, isn't it? And ultimately, this spiritual journey is leading us to awakening to our true self, to know thyself, to know that we are infinite oneness with God. And if you're uncomfortable with the word God, replace it with what works for you: universe, love, higher power, etc. Because that ultimately is what this is all for, to get to really be at one with that presence. And God isn't a being on a cloud judging you, having an opinion about you. God just is. Loving, all-encompassing, eternal presence. And that, my friend, is what we are dropping into in our meditation. Ultimately, that's what it's for. It's not to go on some wild and wacky journey. It's the presence of now, the stillness of now. And that all-abiding peace, which is always here. It isn't outside of you. It isn't found in the future. It isn't found in a holiday, in a new car. in a new relationship. It is not outside of you. And the essence, this vastness of presence is what joins us in the one mind of God. And we are not separate from it in truth. And again, just notice now, is there part of you trying to get an answer, to move on, to do something else? This is becoming boring listening to me, or what's the point? What's she trying to say? Or whatever it is, just notice that now, without judgment. Just welcome what's there. Nothing has to change. You don't have to get rid of it. Maybe this is the first time you've ever actually asked that or noticed that. Maybe this is something that you practice. But it's a moment by moment experience, and what I've seen for myself is the transition into this being in every facet of my life, from consciously sitting in meditation to walking, to cooking, to shopping, to ironing, to cleaning, to phone calls, paperwork. I'm currently in the process of moving into a new property, buying a house, and the paperwork that's involved, and conversations and emails with solicitors and estate agents and various other people. It's been such a different experience this time, because everything I've done with God, with the Spirit, and it's been very peaceful. And this is a miracle for me, because that kind of topic I used to find extremely overwhelming, and I'd feel very inferior and very small and very like a wounded child, like overwhelmed. And this time it's just been glorious because it's not been about the end product of buying a house. It's always been about being in presence to what is. So when an email comes, or a letter comes, or a contract comes to sign, it's, can I still be present with God now? Not trying to be clever, not trying to think I know what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm doing, but stopping and being still and coming into peace first. And then I know, once I'm in peace, that whatever step in form, in practical steps, will be done for the highest good, will be done in love. And so that life becomes that dance, if you like, with the Spirit, with God. And it's not about achieving. It's not about bolstering a personality or getting something, because there's nothing to get. We're just allowing God, life, to flow through us and ultimately to lead us to come into the grace of God and the joy. And that is right here, right now. And so it's so beautiful because everything becomes gentle. There's no forcing, there's no pushing, there's no grasping, there's no looking good. It just is. It's very simple. It takes practice and it takes dedication, as I was saying. So maybe for the last few minutes of this recording, we can sit together in this stillness, in this presence. And I invite you to close your eyes. Just allow your whole being to rest in this present moment, exactly as it is. That nothing has to change right now. You just have to be the observer of the mind. What is it thinking now? Just watch it. Don't change anything. Just let all things be exactly as they are right now. This isn't about perfection. It's just awareness, stillness, allowing. And then dropping down beneath the thought that's there right now. What do you notice beneath the thought? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. How beautiful is that? How simple. You don't have to change anything, my friend. You don't have to seek outside of yourself anymore. Just praying to know thyself. Just breathing out any tension that you may be noticing now, whether that's physically in the body or in the mind. Just soften down below the surface. You can relax, you're safe. Right now, you're safe. All is well right now. And that's all there ever is. And just notice the next thought that wants to come in. Again, without any judgment, without fixing it, analysing it, changing it. Just watch with curiosity, gentleness, kindness. Nothing has to change. No judgment. Just softening into presence. And can you know what your next thought is going to be before it arrives? And this is a beautiful practice because it helps us to start to step back and be that observer, to realize these thoughts are not who we really are. They're just thoughts. And you are not your thoughts, because there's someone watching that thought, and that is the observer. So how can you be your thoughts? Just like the cloud or the train, they're just passing by. And just notice another thought may come in about what you think you should be doing next. Plans for the future, memories of the past. They're just thoughts. Just welcome them without any attachment to them. Just like the cloud or the train, you don't go chasing it. You just watch it passing by. So simple. And then the prayer of your heart as you rest in this place, to be willing to focus your mind, to allow yourself spaciousness in this way, whether you have to put it in the diary, as it were, to allocate 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or whether you can be an observer when you're cooking, when you're driving your car, in a conversation with someone. Can you step back? Just observe instead of preempt or plan or think you know something. And I can assure you, my friends, that this is really such a beautiful, joyful way of being. There's a lightness. You come to realize that you're never alone. This vast presence of love is welcoming you, reminding you that it's who you are. So thank you for your willingness to come into the space and join me. I'm very grateful. I'm just reminded of a line from A Course in Miracles: seek not to change the world, but instead seek to change your mind about the world. And oh my goodness, will you be in a much more tranquil, loving space. As you heal your mind, everything else follows. So I wish you a beautiful, gentle day in presence. Slow it all down. And I can assure you that everything you need to do will be done, but with grace, with love, with a lightness. Thank you. Much love.